The opening tip controlled by the Warriors, and we're underway in the final year at the Oracle. To Thompson. Green. Oh, Carter with the rejection.
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
Oh, stolen by the Warriors. Curry to Thompson. Oh, denied.
As my old teammate RJ would say, stay down, clown.
Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
So many times we get on the defender for quote-unquote letting the offensive player score on an and one. Sometimes there's a lucky bounce, but more often than not, it's the offensive player who makes the play happen despite the defender's best intentions.
Free throw up and good. A three-point play right at the start, and it's 3-0. It's Golden State basketball. Curry to Thompson. Laurie marking it.
Oh, and he can't keep it in off the block.
Man, that was impressive. Green. To Thompson. The rebound cleared by the Bulls. To Markkanen. Plenty of contact. The shot no good. Thompson to Curry. Screen coming. Curry. Down low to Cousins. From the painted area, won't go down. To Porter. Otto Porter, 2 for 2. That's what you want.
There are certain guys in this league that should be put on alert status 24/7 because either they're posterizing you or that attempt can still be a poster.
Durant up against Porter. To Curry. That'll be out of bounds. Last touch by Curry. Chicago basketball. Leaves his man in the dust and finishes at the rim.
Woo! This rookie is a high flyer. He brings that kind of pro-am vibe to the NBA, and it's fun to watch.
Durant across the timeline. They trail by 7. Here comes the screen. Green to Curry. Why even try that time?
I'm going to start calling him the windshield wiper, just erasing all the mistakes.
Whistled for the foul. Chance coming up at the free throw line.
Trust me, you want to avoid early foul trouble. Take that one as a warning.
First one, count it. Able to convert on both free throws. Now the Warriors gonna call a timeout as they'll talk things over here in the first quarter. Curry, pass to Cousins, down low. To Curry. Wide open look, won't go.
And as a shooter, this is when you start to second-guess your shot. You've had 3 wide-open shots that you just can't put through the net, but still, keep hunting your shot.
And he knocks it down, Jay.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
Works it to Curry from long range. His first effort off the mark. To Wendell Carter. Good. Off a spin.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Durant to Thompson. Boogie abusing the rim. Big finish.
Really good to get that first bucket, but you have to remember, this is a marathon, not a sprint. Keep chipping away. Get yourself back in this ballgame.
Marking it. Short jumper won't fall.
The defense has to find a way to become mentally present in this ball game. Another open look, the offense is picking them apart.
Bulls with it. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
They're going to have to find answers defensively and quickly because he's carving them up in the first quarter.
Durant with the basketball up top, trailing by 11. Here comes the screen. Five to shoot for Golden State. Durant to Curry. Gets a look, can't hit.
Woo, I like that intensity on that play. That's how you actually dig in the dirt and do your job on the defensive end.
The jab step opens up space to knock down the jumper.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
To Thompson. Oh, highlight moves. Tough to do with the defender all over you. Thompson, great defense, forcing the miss.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
Count the bucket for two. We get a whistle and a timeout by Golden State as they'll go over some tactics now in this first quarter of play. They're going to make some changes with some new personnel on the floor. Durant against Porter. Thompson. That's how you defend.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Green. To Thompson. Green.
And that's how you make a difference. Every shot that the offense takes, make sure that it has a 10 as far as degree of difficulty.
Perfect feed to set up the basket.
Whew, I don't think anyone saw this one coming. But it looks like they're trying to send a message. Look into their eyes. They're laser focused. They're playing as if this game is tied.
To Thompson. Here comes the screen. The screen sets him up for two.
Finally something goes their way. I don't think I need to tell you, but this has been a disaster of a first quarter. They just need somebody to get hot, and then they need to come together as a team and get a few stops.
Livingston across the timeline. His guys down big. Green to Sean Livingston. Now ready to shoot at the line.
Guys like Gary Payton would always take ones early like this all the time. Number one, to see if they'll get caught. And number two, to leave a little mark on you to remind you that they'll be on you all game long.
First free throw is good. And he makes them both. Right down Broadway, 4-2.
Showing you why he belongs here in this league with the best of the best. Efficient scoring out of the rookie here tonight.
Warriors have the basketball. That's a turnover. It goes the other way. And watch him do the rest. Slam dunk.
You used to hear all these coaches talk about, we need players to run the floor. No, I don't need you to run the floor. I need you to run the floor with purpose. Those are two different things. When you run the floor in attack mode, that's when plays like this occur.
KD for two. Shot's no good. You have to like the confidence, but that was a difficult shot. Count the basket inside.
When the ball is in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Livingston to bring it up. Down a bundle. Laurie Markkinen swats it.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
He should get some kind of acting award. That's a great sell by the offensive player. But guess what? The refs bit, and that's the game.
Oh, he can't connect. Livingston across the timeline. He'll run the offense. Those shots, Jay, have been few and far between in what has been an uneasy first quarter.
And Ed, sometimes that's all you need. Just get 1 or 2 to fall. Find the rhythm, find the rhyme. You got plenty of time.
Layup's good. Those are the types of shots you always strive for.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Thompson to bring it into the front court. Looking to make something happen. Here comes the screen. And he's going to the line to shoot.
It's still early, so no real impact on that call. But you know that they're going to call this one tight, so you might want to keep your hands out of his pocket.
And he connects on the first free throw. Goes 2 for 2. Chicago with the possession. And count the basket.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
I got ball.
Bell to Sean Livingston. Knocked loose. That's going to be out of bounds. Thompson. Carter comes away with it. Right through the heart of the defense. The layup is good.
Ed, see, this is simple. This is where the PG pulls the bigs over to the side and says, we can't allow that to happen. You need to be an enforcer down low.
Livingston to Thompson. Yes, Klay Thompson. Now 3 for 9.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
Draymond Green. Huge block.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
Warriors basketball. Knocked loose. It's a turnover as they head the other way. To Lopez. And the finish. Slam dunk. Jay, they've had no answer for this guy.
He's been on fire this first quarter. That's the way you take it right to your opponent. You attack right out of the gate.
Livingston to Durant. To Wendell Carter. Wendell Carter powers it through. They have set the tone in this one.
I love when I see offenses come out in beast mode. You attack that paint, you get to the rim, inevitably the floor will open up for you to knock down some threes.
Durant to Thompson. Driving right to the basket. No good. To Chris Dunn. And count the basket inside.
Well, they have such great flow to their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually. It's moving around the perimeter, and it's zipping. They're playing with a special cohesiveness.
Livingston to Thompson. Nothing going here on that drive. Thompson. That'll be out of bounds. Last touch by the Warriors. Looks like both teams are making substitutions.
Hey, lock up, lock up.
To Porter. DeMarcus Cousins snatching it out of the air.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
Here we go.
Draymond Green against Porter. To Sean Livingston.
You're up. Hey, he been screening all day. You gotta see that.
Shot clock's at 5. Down to 4. Deep 3 at the buzzer. We've reached the end of the first quarter here in game number 2, and we're back after this. Ed Cohen, Jay Williams with you. And
All right, let's do this. I'm on D. Match up, baby.
Curry. Pulled in by Markkanen. Oh, great pass, setting up the basket.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
First one goes down. Good free throw shooting. Knocks down a pair. Bulls with the basketball. To Wendell Carter. To Porter. Otto Porter. He's now 5 for 6.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing.
KD follows up with the putback slam.
It's so amazing when you get a chance to see a player in his own space. It's almost as if the defense doesn't exist. He can go left, he can go right, he can attack. He's playing on that court by himself.
On a bad pass, going to be taken away by the Warriors. Durant, defended by the former Hoya. Thompson to Durant. And a chance coming up at the line.
Love the fact that the shooter created contact on the upward motion to shoot the basketball. Big time play.
And hits the first free throw. 2 for 2 on that trip. Bulls with the rock. To Zach LaVine. Zach LaVine. He is shooting well. He's made 2/3 of his shots.
But did you see the way he was able to do it, Ed? Did you see him constantly probe the defense by maintaining his dribble? Ultimately, if you keep your eyes on all the other defenders, they will lose track of where the ball is. That's where you slip a quick pass in for an easy dime.
LaVine. Deep left corner. Around the perimeter. Give him 2 points. High percentage.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
And Cousins is fouled. Boogie going to the line. He's going to shoot 2.
Okay, hacking does still exist. Might be setting the tone for the second half here.
DeMarcus Cousins at the line for 2 shots. For his career, 73%. Knocks down the first. No good on the second. It's a 1 of 2 trip. To Lopez. Stuffs it down with authority. He was ready right at the tip.
What a first half he's having. He came out of the gate, attacked, found ways to get to the rim. Now look how easy the game is coming to him.
Curry to Sean Livingston. Durant buries it on the catch and shoot.
Ed, let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have some. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
That was such a great job by the offensive player. Knowing that you're probably going to take some lumps here and there, but still remaining aggressive throughout the shot and getting a crack at the extra point.
Missed it at the line. To Sean Livingston. Durant to Sean Livingston. Here's Durant for two. Gets a shot up off the mark. To Porter. Levine. 4-3. Offensive and a putback slam. That has to feel deflating for the other side.
They've really came out and made a statement so far in this first half. Another powerful dunk, but another easy dunk. When are we going to see some defense?
Durant to Sean Livingston. To Durant. Curry. Off the mark. He loves the tough shots, but that one may be too tough. To Levine. Oh, bad pass there. Warriors have it. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down.
How about right after the dunk, he looks right over towards the bench, gets a call from the coach about what defense they're in, and then gets his team set. Those are people that are able to lead men.
Here's Lopez, down low. Robin Lopez, he's 2 for 2 now.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
To Lopez, off the assist.
So much about passing is about the pace of the pass. Sometimes you need to dart the pass through the gap. Other times you need to have a feathery touch where you can loft the ball up for your player to dunk the ball. That pace is everything in this game.
And a throwdown. This is becoming a runaway.
They're getting to the rim at will, probably because we're watching Matador defense. You probably want to get in the way of your defender if they keep trying to attack the rim.
Kevin Durant lets it fly. Kevin Durant. He's 5 for 10, shooting 50%.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
Runner's good there. Kevin Durant has it. To Curry. Oh, the touch at the rim. Count it.
And attention to detail is everything for a professional scorer like that. Actually getting it done the hard way there.
To Lopez. Gets a look. Can't hit.
We call some of these players practice players. You know, the guys that make 5 out of 10 shots in practice, but then all of a sudden they're not gamers because then they're making 1 of 10. That's exactly what you want him to do. You want him to take those kind of shots.
Shot clock winding down. Here's Durant for 2. Keep on trying. Shot's no good there.
The contest was good, but you being a nuisance was great. Continue to be that gnat that no matter how many times you swing at it, it never goes away.
On the follow. Way to stay with it.
So many times you can tell if a player is going to finish before he even gets to the rim. Did you see that look on his face? That was the look of a 3-point play. You always going in thinking you can get more at the rim.
To Sean Livingston. Cousins to Durant. Trying to cash in. Wide open look, won't go. To Lopez. Short jumper off the mark.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
Can't connect from in close.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it, keep being physical. Keep knocking him off balance.
To Zach LaVine. Deep right corner. LaVine buries the wide open three. That's too easy.
But it was how he created the shot. As a defender, there's a tendency to stand up when you stare at the ball. Offensive player recognized that, continuously moved without the ball. Bang, that's how he set it up.
Durant up against Porter. Has a look. A shot by KD, no good. To Lopez. Zach LaVine, 4 out of 7.
A two-time dunk champion, I love watching Zach LaVine play. But you can't become obsessed with just attacking the rim. You have to continue to expand your game and really give Chicago that lead guard that they haven't had since D. Rose.
The screen sets him up for 2.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
Ah, rocking the rim. Long heave from three-quarters court. We've reached halftime here in Game 2. Let's get you to our NBA Live studios in Orlando and hand it over to Jalen Rose.
Thanks for joining us for the halftime report. The second half is about to get started.
And stuffs it home.
I know there's that old saying that says one man can't beat 5, but we're watching one man carry 4 other players. His back has to be hurting. Another big-time finish.
I'm here. I got ball.
Durant to Curry. Rebound comes to Chicago. To Wendell Carter. And throws it down.
Man, they are just continuing to pour it on, but the one thing we know about in this league, you have to make sure that you continue to play with energy because leads can evaporate quickly.
To Curry. Rebound taken in by Chicago. To Markkanen.
I got your help here.
Carter.
You're locked up, boy. Yep. Double. Got him. Trap. Got him.
Oh, with the foul. And a chance coming up at the line.
Ed and I want to go home too, but fouls like that only stop the clock for all of us.
First one, count it. Goes 2 for 2 at the line.
Easy buckets.
It's Curry controlling the offense.
I got him.
To Thompson. Probing the defense. Knocked loose. That's a turnover. It goes the other way.
Ooh, I think people are leaving already.
Cousins. Durant. That's off the side of the rim, short. DeMarcus Cousins. With that shot, he's 5 for 8.
I'm not sure that wasn't an offensive foul, but take it when you can get it.
To Markkanen. Porter. It's a turnover as they head the other way. To LaVine. Chicago with 4 to shoot. Levine has a chance. Jumper's good.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
Thompson to bring it into the front court. Down a bundle to Green. Short jumper misses. Bulls have it to Wendell Carter. DeMarcus Cousins pins it.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
Count the basket. 2 more points in the paint.
And there's nothing more mentally intimidating for your opponent than when your own teammates are unselfish and make sure that you get the ball because they want you to drop 70 on them, maybe like Devin Booker did last year.
Thompson to Green. Knocked loose, and that's going to get out of bounds. It stays with Golden State. Coach has seen enough. He wants some changes. New personnel onto the floor. Livingston. Draymond Green. Small sample size, but making the most of it. He's 1 for 2.
Old school equals high percentage.
To Wendell Carter. Trying to cash in. Just off the mark. And coasting in for 2.
Sometimes when the players find that flow, nobody else needs to touch the ball. He's in a zone by himself.
Warriors have the basketball. Screen coming. Durant up against Porter. That'll be out of bounds. Last touch by the Warriors. To Wendell Carter. DeMarcus Cousins able to recover with the block. That's his 3rd block this evening.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
Durant across the timeline. His guys down big. Thompson to Cousins. Had a good look there, but it's no good. Layup goes down. Well done.
Might have had an extra dribble or 2 there, but he got the shot he wanted.
Golden State at the controls. To Green. Screen coming. Sizing up the defense. Thompson to Sean Livingston. Here's a chance from long range. Can't connect. It's no good. To Markkanen. To Porter. Count the basket. A lot of contact. No foul.
This is where I go back into player mode. If the dude starts to try to have 40 points on me, I'm going to foul out. I'm going to start hitting him in places he's not used to being hit. I'm trying to do anything to throw him off his game.
Durant against Porter. No good. No daylight. Great defense. To Zach Levine. Oh, nice find for the basket. Now the Warriors gonna call a timeout as their coaching staff wants to talk things over here in this 3rd quarter. Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here come some changes. Livingston to Green. Won't go down. To Porter. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
You know, Ed, I'm down with guys having 35, 40, maybe 50 points in the game. But the one thing you look for in a defensive end When there's a huddle after a guy has dropped multiple buckets on you in a row, and everybody's quiet, nobody stands up and says, yo, I got him, I'm going to stop him, you're in a worrisome place for your team.
And a 5-second back-to-the-basket violation is called. Time for some new personnel into the game. Full throttle, right to the basket for the deuce.
It can only be one of two things here. One, the defender ran out of gas, or two, this dude is just unstoppable.
Rises for the slam.
You never want to leave anything to chance when you attack the rim. You finish strong every time you headhunt.
Curry to bring it up. Looking to make something happen. Green to Durant.
Hey, watch the screen left.
Has a look. Durant with a shot that misses.
The most important thing a shooter can do is continue to shoot. The defense is always going to give great effort, but it's more of your psyche that goes into the next shot that will limit you on whether you make the shot or not.
Kevin Durant with the rock. Green to Sean Livingston. Curry. That'll be out of bounds. Last touch by Curry. Both coaches dipping into their reserves. Changes coming onto the floor. To Lopez. Working it outside. Gets it to go, and the foul.
The defender was actually in a good position there. They even made a decent play on the ball, but sometimes those bounces go the other way. Still, stay aggressive out there.
Free throw good to cap off the three-point play as they continue to open things up here in the third quarter. We get a whistle and a timeout by Golden State as their coach wants to get a word in with his guys here in this third quarter.
You're on the island now. I got ball. I got some for him.
Add 2 points to the board.
Hand down, man down. You got to get up and contest the shot.
Stuffs it down with authority.
We call that get your money and put it in the bank.
Livingston to bring it up. He'll run the offense. Knocked loose. That'll be out of bounds. Last touch by the Warriors. To Chris Dunn. Robin Lopez. He's now 4 for 6.
And if you don't contest, he's knocking that down with ease.
Possession lies with Golden State. To Thompson. Takes stock of the floor. Thompson to Cousins. Bulls have it. In the slam.
I don't think I could do that on a 5-foot rim.
I can, because that's my only choice. Thompson to Sean Livingston. Knocked loose. That's a turnover. It goes the other way. Ah, the monster stuff.
And cutting hard in transition is one of the most underrated things about this game. The harder you can cut is the more it opens up the floor to make plays just like that.
Green to Durant. The shot almost. To Markkanen.
Watch the cutter, man.
Tough shot and nearly a chance at a three-point play. No foul.
Well, he finished strong because he was able to initiate the contact. When you initiate the contact first, you bounce off the defender, which balances you at the rim.
We have both squads set to make some moves right now. Knocked loose. It goes down.
Bread and butter. And there are a few that can do it better off the screen.
Chicago possession. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at three coming up.
And I love the smile on the face of the offensive player. Sometimes luck is on your side. I don't know how that shot went in, but and one.
Free throw's good as they continue to widen their lead. To Durant. Short jumper stays out.
The contest was good, but you being a nuisance was great. Continue to be that gnat that no matter how many times you swing at it, it never goes away.
End to end on that one. 94 feet for the basket.
I know I've seen this many times in various mixtapes. Add that one to the list, too.
Here comes the screen. Here's Durant for two. Knocks it down from mid-range.
There's a natural tendency when you guard a right dominant hand player to send him left. But for a guy who's a good mid-range shooter, that's wrong. His pace dribble is his left hand. Force him to go right and know that the chances are higher of him trying to drive and attack the rim. That's knowing the scouting report.
Deep three at the buzzer.
Oh, he sent that one to the third row.
He was locked in. That was impressive. The Warriors won the opening tip, so they have.
Let's go, fellas. It's go time.
Robin Lopez tips it.
You know why? I don't see anybody on the defensive end standing up out of position. I see everybody squatted down, really active with their hands. That's the mentality that will lead you to where you want to go.
Knocked loose. That'll be out of bounds. Last touch by Curry. That's toughness right there. Physical inside, gets it to go.
You know, it reminds me of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
Easy path to the rim.
It's almost like he had the defender on a string, and he's the puppet master.
It's a turnover as they head the other way. And look out.
You know, Ed, the effort is what concerns me the most. Effort is replenishable. If you're tired, raise your hand, check yourself out. Get somebody who actually wants to get back in transition and play some defense. That will help your team win the game, not you just staying in the game to be better on offense.
Count it.
That's a strong finish. Regardless of contact, finishing strong is key.
Knocked loose. That's a turnover. It goes the other way. So important to take care of the basketball. easy two on the other end after the turnover.
I know there's that old saying that says one man can't beat five, but we're watching one man carry four other players. His back has to be hurting. Another big-time finish.
Oh, stolen by the Warriors.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in first and second grade. It's called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you will be able to stop a great passing team.
Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
That was such a great job by the offensive player. Knowing that you're probably going to take some lumps here and there, but still remaining aggressive throughout the shot and getting a crack at the extra point.
Free throws good. Add one more to the total. This game feels out of reach. It's Golden State basketball. Knocked loose. It's a turnover as they head the other way. To Markkanen. Fires the three, and it's Curry who grabs the board. Thompson to bring it into the front court. Down a bundle. To Markkanen. Oh, ferocious slam inside. At this point, they're twisting in the wind.
Were you looking for a response from me? Because I don't really know what else there is to even say. I mean, is this even a game? I mean, we should just start packing up and getting ready to go right now.
Here comes the screen. Klay Thompson up against Porter. And Cousins throwing it down.
Defenders had no chance on that one. That's why we call it the elite tier.
It's Chicago ball. To Porter. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down.
We're watching a clinic right now. We're watching basketball one-on-one. Whoever this professor is, he needs to get paid top dollar.
Klay Thompson against Porter. To Curry. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Porter grabs the board.
And you knew this game had a chance to get out of hand pretty quickly because of the communication. When these guys stepped on the court, Ed, they were yapping back and forth to each other. And that kind of communication, that kind of collective responsibility to one another, you feel that on the court. That's why this team is special.
Nice pass to set things up.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. Warriors have the basketball. Curry. Deep left corner. Green. It's no good. Shots not going down. Nothing going here on that drive. Porter gets it in the left corner. To Porter. For three? I don't know, Jay. They have a big lead. This game is just about over. He might not make many friends on the other side with that three.
Oh, I don't want to hear that generic coaching speak about dwindle down the shot clock, use the clock is your friend. No, if you have a chance to beat him by 50, beat him by 50. If you want to beat him by 100, keep shooting more threes.
Robin Lopez. He's now shooting 5 for 7.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
Curry with the basketball. His guys down big. Thompson to Curry. The drive right to the basket.
Good shot, buddy. Good shot, buddy.
Chicago basketball. Markkanen. To Lopez. Nice pass to set things up. And the finish at the rim.
Well, the shooting has been spectacular, but one of the things that I've seen as the difference maker in this ball game is how they are catching the basketball. They're not establishing a pivot foot, which leaves the defense wondering which way you can drive, but when that shot is working like that, you got it any way you want it.
On a bad pass. Going to be taken away by the Warriors. Has a chance. Draymond Green. Now 4 for 9. A shot at the buzzer. Shot at the buzzer's good. Not the greatest show of sportsmanship. An already contentious battle has now come to a close. The Bulls take this one.
On behalf of ESPN on EA Sports, I'm Jalen Rose, and it's been our pleasure to present you with some NBA basketball.